Pixar's new movie Elemental is a movie that for me means that 2022 was just a dicey year for Disney because not a lot of people liked She-Hulk. Lightyear obviously could have been better because it had like a lot of potential to be. And Strange World was barely marketed, and Thor: Love and Thunder lacked the balance between comedy and emotion. While other projects like Turning Red, Moon Knight, and Black Panther Wakanda Forever, in my opinion, were pretty good. But what about this year? Ant-Man 3 was good. The Little Mermaid remake was pretty good. Guardians 3 was a masterpiece. And Mandalorian Season 3 was good. The only bad project that I can remember this year being bad was the Peter Pan and Wendy movie. Trust me, do not watch it. But as far as the year has come, this new project, Elemental, has finally come out. And here's my spoiler for review of the movie. Elemental is actually pretty good. So here's my pros. It has a solid story. Wade and Ember are on a mission to prevent Ember's father's shop from getting shut down. There's actually a strong conflict between the two, actually. Basically, to say that because of the two characters' conflict, it becomes like a sort of Pixar rom-com. And I actually kind of like rom-coms, so that's what I like about it. The animation is actually pretty cool when it comes to like the other elementals. I wouldn't say much for the plant ones, but as for the cloud elementals, I think that's just for air, and the fire elementals and the water elementals where it's all liquidy and everything. I thought the animation for those characters were pretty cool. There is some comedy in here, but I'm gonna go back to that in a second. Going back to the animation part, they actually have a lot of creative and clever ideas on how to use the characters based on what element they are. One thing what I found was interesting was the water people kind of discriminating against the fire people. I don't know how exactly to say it, but I guess you can say a bit racist against them because the water people kind of see the fire people as dangerous. And honestly, because of that, I like to think this movie is kind of similar to Zootopia because in Elemental, there is like a big city where there's like a bunch of other places meant for like these elements and everything. And that's kind of the same thing with Zootopia. There's like this big city that has like all these other places and everything that these animals are in, these certain animals are in this one place, these other animals are in this one place, basically everything. And like how the water people see the fire people as dangerous, don't you think it's the same thing the way how preys see the predators in Zootopia? Is that just me? But when one person from each side come together to make a difference, it brings peace to everything, which is basically the same thing for these two movies, Zootopia and Elemental, basically. But what about the cons, though? Well, let's go back to the comedy part of it. There is some pretty good jokes and gags here and there. Well, let's look at Wade and his family. I'll just say this, these guys are emotional. What I mean by that, I mean they'll literally burst into tears whenever they think of something like happy or sad or a lot of stuff. Or whenever they just get like sentimental and everything. Like, sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's a bit cringe, and sometimes it's like a mixture of both, which leads to Ember and Wade's first interaction to be kind of awkward. But I think for most of the part, it's actually kind of funny. You know that pruning joke in the trailer?
Nothing weird going on here.
Just a little pruning.
It's not really much of a spoiler if I say it's in the movie because it was in the trailer. But what is that exactly supposed to mean? Basically, while it's enjoyable, it doesn't mean that it's like a magnificent project or anything revolutionary for Pixar, even though it took a lot to make this movie. But it is a sign that Disney is coming back from their dicey reputation back from last year, especially when Secret Invasion and Indiana Jones are on the way. Which reminds me, what's gonna be for DreamWorks this year? Because last year they've been doing pretty good with the Bad Guys and Puss in Boots. But what about that Teenage Kraken movie? Is that gonna be any good? I'll try and see it, but honestly, only time will tell. So with everything I said about Elemental, I think I'll give it a nice 85% on the brush score, with this movie being a Pixar movie with a strong conflict and it's just overall enjoyable. That's pretty much all I have to say about this movie. Plus, the next Disney movie is going to be Indiana Jones 5, which will be the last movie of the Indiana Jones series. And after this, I am going to go watch The Flash, and I will make a review video of that. I'm pretty sure that video will be uploaded like right after I upload this one, maybe like a day after. I don't know, I got a lot of time because it's the summer right now. But honestly, that's all I have to say for this video. So make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed it. And follow me on Twitch if you can. My link is down in the description. And I will see you guys next time.